She would have known this. She wouldn't have done that at the end of the day. Because we all
just omitted that one section.
What
a beautiful necklace.
Thank you.
My wonderful children.
Thank you very much. Too. And it's the end of her career, and she wants to put it straight.
The book was published, and I proudly sent one to Buckingham Palace, and fairly short time afterwards, I heard that because I'd written this book and it was so awful that I was going to lose the royal warrant to the Queen. It's very sad. It's very sad to have ended like this.
What does being a royal warrant holder mean to you, or what, you know?
Being a royal warrant holder means you are a company of worth. You're a company that is loyal, a company that is completely see-through. It is a very, very major thing to have a royal warrant. I honestly don't know.
No one
because
spoke to you
because
about it.
if you read the book, you probably would want to read more about it than is in there.
June, should the royal family be watching this interview, what would you like to say to them?
I am completely and utterly heartbroken. I apologise for anything that I might have done or said in the book, but it was totally unintentional, and I just think the world of them.
You didn't intend it to be, in other words, a kiss and tell book.
Absolutely not. I'm just not a kiss and tell person. You cannot be in my business and be a kiss and tell person, because you'd want to come out of every fitting and do a bit of kissing and telling. It's not so.
And your book, for those who haven't had a chance to see it, does the book have any does the book in any way have any descriptions of the fittings?
No, you mustn't. I've never come out of the fitting room for somebody that I fit in a store and come out and say, describe anything. It's a Rigby and Peller thing. We never ever discuss what we've seen in the fitting room. It's between you and the customer. And it's no different from the royal family. I've never, ever, ever discussed anything about the Queen. Never. I mean, I would rather get stabbed.
But the book describes the setting, going to Buckingham Palace.
The book only describes my first visit, which I'm sure every single person who's ever been introduced to the Queen has been able to describe their first curtsy and shaking hands with the Queen. Everybody has been able to do that, because it's such an amazing thing to do. And for me, it was an amazing thing to do. And I described what it was like meeting her for the very first time. But I didn't describe anything at all that went on in the fitting, because it's just we wouldn't do it.
What is your fondest memory of the Queen and of the royal family?
They're just so natural. They're just so sweet, so lovely, all of them, absolutely all of them. And you just feel at home in their company. They're just lovely.
was it like?
Well, it was very scary. I think everybody who meets the Queen is probably very scared because they don't really know. They've never experienced it, so how would you know how to feel? But it is a very honourable thing to do. It was a very honourable period of my life, truly.
Done that. At the end of the day, because we all
You just
thought,
omitted that
yeah.
one section. Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, it would have helped if the association had mentioned that.